I got battered by a girl, grabbed me by my hair and then yanked me down some stairs when I wasn't ready. I can train myself better so I don't get my ass whooped as often. Changed my life. First dabbled with bulimia when I was probably around 14 and eat everything that I like the taste of because it's all coming out anyway. Oh, it hurts. You'll not be able to have kids naturally if you carry on sicking your food up. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that you can't carry on doing. When my willy just stopped working, yeah, there's nothing there. It's just empty. I remember ringing my mum saying, "Mum, my head's not right. I just don't feel right."
Hello and welcome to this week's Crying in the DMs. Today I am joined in the studio by no other than Ayrton Taylor. And you might think, who's Ayrton Taylor? And good question, because he's not fucking famous like the rest of the guests we have on here. Because we have the real life people coming on to share the real life stories. Ayrton is a coach who specialises in body recomposition.
Body recomposition, fat loss, muscle gain, depending on what it is that you're wanting. But yeah. Coach.
Little disclaimer before we begin. If you are affected by any of the issues disclosed in today's programme, feel free to go ahead and click the links in the description. They will take you to the relevant websites to get the help, support and advice that you need. And there are also links to Ayrton's website too and all of his social media for anybody wanting to make the changes to their lifestyle mentally or physically. Today's episode includes themes of eating disorders, mental health, physical impairments and themes of a sexual nature. So if you are watching right now and we're triggered by any of those, it's time to turn off. Or if not, let's turn up the heat. Let's get cracking. Today, we're going to talk about something that's actually really, really important. So Ayrton, like many other gentlemen that won't want to come forward about these sort of things, down to the stigma, the associations with it, has struggled with eating disorders, has struggled with some other bits and pieces that we're going to go on to in a minute. But a lot of the problems that we're going to address in today's episode and we're going to talk about and bring a little bit more awareness to, a little bit of lightheartedness to, and also get a male perspective on. I know a large portion of my viewers are female and we see a lot of jokes made, about men that are wimps and all the rest of it. And I think it's important to have a bloke on that, is masculine in terms of what you do for work. You're all focused on the fitness, the health, getting lads, tattoos. I mean, the hair.
Like a little girl from behind.
It's giving a Thor.
Yeah, I'll take that.
It is giving Thor.
Left my hammer at home.
Oh, so first things first, let's talk about how you got into coaching, okay? Because fitness coaching, some people get into it because it's lockdown and they need a new career, Some people get into it because they've been inspired through their own journey. What was it for you, mate?
Selfishly, if I'm being completely honest. So, way back when, my original thing was I wanted to be like a conservator. Like Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do until he snuffed it.
You wanted to Steve Irwin it up until he died?
I wanted to Steve Irwin it up.
Right.
Then he died. And
God bless him.
Yeah, I was a fat little kid that used to spend all of my time down a field in a pond, digging stuff, finding bugs, catching animals, and then letting them go. Not doing them in. Not like one of them weirdos.
Not doing them in?
Not doing them in.
Definitely didn't do them in?
Definitely.
I used to set fire to ants.
Magnifying glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that as well.
So you did do them in?
Not all, most of them. No, the big ones are released.
So
Magpies
you did the
and
babies. You killed baby ants.
Yes. So I was a fat little owner. Funnily enough, it was a postman. Postman used to do something called Thai boxing, and told my dad and my mum he'd probably be a bit less fat if he did Thai boxing.
The postman.
The postman.
Postman opened the door. By the way, your fat kid just start boxing.
Yeah, I don't know how it came about, but anyway, I must have been that fat. So anyway, started that. Was terrible at it. Did it from quite young, but then got decent at it over like years and years. Then, as a result of me doing that and wanting to be better at doing that, I thought, and as well, a person that joined our gym, his mum was a college teacher that taught personal training.
Right,
so I got talking to her, and I thought, selfishly, if I can understand like the science and everything behind the training, I can train myself better so I don't get my ass whooped as often.
Wow, yes, it was protective for you.
Yeah, I think that's where it started. And then, so I got stuck into it from there, properly got into it, stopped fighting because I couldn't work if I did it. But then in the midst of learning how to, well, it started earlier than I suppose the actual PT inside.
Started fighting before you started PTing?
Yeah, I started fighting when I was young.
So you were doing the Thai boxing, doing the fighting. and building up that stamina, making yourself feel a bit stronger, a little bit
Yeah.
safer. When did the PTing come into it?
That would have been when I left school, so I would have been about 17 when I got into the PT inside.
That's still early to get into the PTing though, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I mean, I was a nerd at college. I was like top of every
Top dog.
top dog. No, I went in on it. I thought that's going to be my thing.
Was it the science of it? Was it the physicality of it? What really was it that interested you?
Both of them really. I like it probably comes from the fighting side of things, where we always get told if you train hard, then you'll fight easy.
Yeah.
So if you can put as much effort as you can in, then you'll benefit more from it in the long run, type of
100%.
thing. But leading up to that, in fighting, and obviously weight cuts that come with fighting, because my training partner grew. I was always like the heavier, fatter one of us, but then he grew, and there was no way that he couldn't put weight on. So we're in the same weight category, and then we would have ended up having to fight for like title fights against each other. So it was either me go up a weight, but because I'm built like a midget, it would have been quite substantial in terms of the actual size difference that I'd be fighting people. So everyone was like, right, you should probably do a drop in weight. But then I found that I was really hungry all the time.
Yeah.
Because I was
Cutting weight, yeah.
Yeah, because no one at the gym necessarily did it properly. It was
Yeah.
all a bit like, just don't eat. So
Yeah, so it's sort of like a really counterproductive society going on within the gym then, wasn't there? You know, if you're in the gym where you're meant to be building that healthy mentality, that healthy mindset alongside healthy body, and then people are giving you advice like, hey, just don't eat, you know, cut for your fight, just don't eat.
yeah, and to be honest with you, it wasn't necessarily the like outright advice. It was kind of just like, well, you know, you don't eat and you're not as heavy. So it wasn't even like saying don't do it. No one ever really covered it.
Sometimes a suggestion's enough though, isn't it? We don't have to be directly told something to
Yeah.
infer something.
Yeah, no, I suppose so.
It's a dangerous environment when you think about it, because you're going to trust the elders of the gym,
Yeah.
so to say, aren't you? Because they're further ahead than you. Would you say like you went from being bullied in school and to then actually finding yourself, you're laughing, but I'm being serious, to being bullied in a gym environment without realising it, because you're being manipulated into really sort of dangerous mentalities?
In the gym, I'd say probably not, because at the beginning I got battered. So at school, I did get bullied from like when I was younger, so primary school age. I missed the last year of primary school for some gut issues actually. But then,
Do you want to tell the viewers what they were?
well, they thought I had bowel cancer.
Wow.
I had so many different tests. I had all these different scans and everything, and they never really got to the. They were giving me these shakes because I wasn't eating. I didn't eat. So they're giving me these like weight gainer shakes, so I didn't lose loads of weight, even though I was fat. So
Like
I was
an Ensure type thing.
a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were giving me that, they're all like milk based. But the tablets that I was on was also affecting my gut and making me not be able to digest milk and like lactose.
With the lactose protein, yeah.
Yeah, so it was making me worse. Everything that they were giving me was making me worse, which was making them think that I was worse.
Right, so you were getting given milk-based drinks, then you were given tablets to stop you from digesting the lactose enzyme.
Yeah,
and then repeating cycle, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, so I got bullied before then. Then I had the full last year of school pretty much off. Then I started secondary school, fat with long hair.
Got into your Thai boxing.
Got into my Thai boxing, but I wasn't like particularly good at it at that point.
Yeah.
I was okay, but I wasn't good enough where I felt like I was any good. So the first year of secondary school, I got battered by a girl.
Whoa.
I say battered, I didn't fight back. This girl, like year 11 or whatever, grabbed me by my hair and then yanked me down some stairs when I wasn't ready.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's assault.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
That's assault.
Yeah. But I suppose you get away with it a bit more at school, don't you?
You shouldn't, because it's assault.
So that night...
That goes down to the stereotypes we're talking about as well. That's exactly the stigma we're trying to sort of shit on now and be like, hey, you can't do that just because it's a bloke.
Yeah. I also
Anyway.
got asked out by a Polish lad because he thought I was a girl.
We'll come to that later. Let's stay on this bit.
Yeah. So I got the hair pull thing. So I got home that night and told my mum I just wanted to shave my head. So we shaved my head, and that's when I properly got stuck into my fighting side of things. And that's when I actually started to get good at it. And then I was a bit of a twat at school. So I wouldn't necessarily, I didn't bully anyone, but everyone got a bit of shit if they gave me shit. Do you get what I mean?
You were retaliative.
Yeah, but then because people knew that I fought, I couldn't let anything slip. Because if they think you're a bit of a bitch with one person, then everyone, because I'm only small as well, so it's probably a bit that little man syndrome going on.
Yeah. In a way, but little man syndrome does come from feeling unsafe and having to put that mask up there, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I retaliated quite heavily to people at school where I probably shouldn't. In retrospect, I know I'm a completely different person now, and it's completely different.
No one's judging here, like you're going back there and you keep saying I'm a completely different person. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody knows you're not the same kid that you were at 14, 15. And, heaven forbid if a girl came and tried to pull your hair now and drag you down to the floor, I don't think you'd take it in the same way. I don't think you'd even think, hey, that's all right, because she's a girl.
Yeah.
But, you would deal with that in the most appropriate way to deal with it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
With a lot of blokes, I see this a lot, especially the blokes that sit on my sofa, right? It's not technically my sofa, but, it's my couch.
Casting couch.
That's the one. They feel like they have to say, hey, I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah.
No, we know you're not.
Yeah.
Right? You're living in your shame. Like, people think we wear our heart on our sleeve, and we don't. We wear our shame on our sleeve, and you will treat everybody and you will do everything in accordance with that shame. Trust me, it's an unwritten code that you will go with your whole life, right? And the main reason I wanted you on the show today was because everything you are doing is breaking the shame barriers. Everything you're talking about is breaking the shame barriers, Men not wanting to admit that they have mental health issues, men not wanting to admit that they've had eating disorders, men not wanting to admit that they have issues with their reproductive organs, All of those things are really important. And we don't talk about them. And we don't talk about them because men would rather sit in silence than look less manly.
Yeah.
So the magnitude of you saying, I'm not this person anymore, take it back, right? Because you don't have to specify to anybody, I'm not who I was. We know you're not. Right? Because nobody is. You could wake up tomorrow and be a different person again.
And I suppose in that breath, having not done that wouldn't have led me to here type of thing. So it's not all bad.
You would not have been on this couch.
Would not have been on this couch.
If she hadn't have dragged you down the stairs.
That's probably, yeah.
Say thank you.
Thank you. I can't remember her name. But thank you.
Thank you, nameless wench.
Yeah. Lost my train of thought. What was
You're fine. So let's look at it. So we finish high school.
Yeah.
We go to become a personal trainer. Did you go and do that straight away?
Yeah. Straight away from leaving school, I went and did that. At the beginning stage, I was still fighting as well, and I was also using less than optimal ways of losing weight. So when I was first losing weight, sussing out that I didn't actually have to be hungry. I could eat whatever I want as long as I put my fingers down my throat afterwards and sicked it up.
Okay, so that's when you began bulimia and the early stage of starting your PT business.
How old would I have been? So I think I probably first dabbled with bulimia when I was probably around 14.
Okay, so you're doing your Thai boxing, you're fighting at this point.
Yeah.
So you're controlling things in terms of like external control. You're building those safety parameters around you. But then the internal still doesn't feel safe. So you're having to try and control that too. Do you reckon it began with trying to like lose weight for fights, or do you reckon you were trying to, what was the thought process?
Originally, I was really hungry and it was to lose weight for fights. Then once I thought, bloody hell, I've just eaten loads and I've weighed in 1 kilo lighter today. That's well easy. I'll just keep on doing that. And then the more I lost, I started seeing like abs for the first time. And I think when you've been fat your whole life and you've never seen like any definition in yourself before, and then you start to see it, I was a bit like, bloody hell, I look all right here.
Yeah.
But then it becomes, I suppose, a bit backhanded, isn't it? Because you think you look better, but then because now you probably do look slightly better,
people don't realise that you're not good, you're not doing
you're not
okay.
good.
Yeah.
And then because you've also got this different perspective on yourself now, you think you look worse. And then it's that body dysmorphia type of thing that comes in.
Because you're sort of living really inauthentically day to day. That's the thing. And your brain will recognize any inauthenticity and be like, hey, why are we doing this? And then the only thing it jumps to is, well, we must be under threat, must be going to die.
Yeah.
So it starts projecting that panic all day, every day. So you're living in a constant panic cycle whilst trying to maintain losing weight. It's like you're running 6 marathons a day, effectively, isn't it?
I used to do that as well. Not 6.
Oh, fucking hell.
I used to wake up at like 2 a.m. and then run 13 miles around the hills where I live, then train, then go to college and eat like a carrot. And then I wouldn't eat anything. I went through a phase where I'd eat a full chicken every day with the bones for like 2 years. But then I also went through the phase where they're really hard to sick up bones, by the way.
There's really one watching. It's really hard to throw up a bone.
Yeah, and if you don't chew it right, it's hard and it comes out the other end as well. It's not.
Oh dear.
Not ideal.
Did you cut your bum hole open?
I did a few times. Yeah, I did. It's not good. It's not fun. But I don't do that anymore.
Great. That's the old me.
That's the old me.
The old Ayrton can't come to the phone right now.
Yeah, but I remember I used to avoid eating. So like we'd go out for family days out, and I wouldn't eat anything all day, and then I'd get home.
Sorry.
I'd get home. I'd make sure that I ate things in a certain order, so I knew that I was done. Because I've got a bit of autism, a bit of OCD, so I had to make sure it was all out. So I'd eat something like brightly coloured first, and then when I saw that again, I'd know that I was nearly finished with the.
Wow. Yeah. So you were actually like, if I eat the carrots last because they're orange, I can see them come out first.
Yeah.
And if I eat the broccoli first, I can see that I've got all my dinner out.
Yeah.
Wow, you had a whole strategy.
Yeah, and then but then the more you do it, so that you'll find, don't do it. You'll find that there's foods that are easier to get out, and foods that are harder to get out. So I'd avoid them ones, even though they taste nice.
Yeah.
And there's loads of stuff though that people don't think, like you'll desensitize yourself to sicking your food up. So you end up having to put your fingers further down your throat. And then once that hand stops working, you have to like use the other hand because it changes the angle. And then that one you'll be able to do it again. And things that are stupid, like not sure. I've got this thing where I have to do it 6 times twice. I don't know why. I just do. So like when I thought I was done, I had to heave 6 more times, 2 more times. So I had to do it 6 and then another 6. It's not just 12. It doesn't work like that. And then if anything else came out, I'd have to start again. So I'd go through like phases where I'd drink loads of water, do handstands and stuff, trying to get it all churned around to see if anything else was done. And then I'd know that I was done.
You wanted to be completely empty.
I had to be completely empty. Otherwise, I'd feel like I'd wake up the next morning fat.
Wow.
Not great.
How did you start, gravitating out of the mentality that you had to be empty? Because that to me, it's very metaphorical as well, isn't it? When you realise that you're worth having a full life, you also coincide with, it might also coincide with believing that you can have a full stomach. When was that? What happened?
I got caught by my mum.
Okay.
Yeah. I got really good at the clean up because obviously they splash back when you're sicking up in a toilet. So you have to make sure you clean under the toilet seat, under the thingy. But I hadn't timed it quite right. And my mum used to do it as well. So she knew.
Oh, yeah.
So
Your mum knew what to look for.
Yeah. So I was getting like, I still probably got like different coloured skin on the back of my knuckles from where it scratches your teeth. And I've got like, I thought they were swollen glands in my neck. I asked the dentist ages ago and she said, no, they're not glands then. That's like you've built tissue, like you've built muscle in your neck from retching. But my mum caught me because I hadn't timed it right. And I remember knocking on the door and she's going, it hurts. I know what you're doing. And I remember thinking, shit, just been caught. So that was the start of stopping. Even though I did stop, I went back to it again.
Yeah.
Like
any addiction, it's hard to crack the one time.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest with you, I can't remember why I went back to it after I'd stopped the first time. But if I'm being honest, like it's embarrassingly not that long ago, the last time I did it. So it was probably only maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago was the last time.
Why is that embarrassing?
Because I was teaching people how to be
So
healthy.
it felt like you were being a hypocrite.
A little bit.
Yeah, but you're gonna go back to the way in which you have obviously controlled your emotion for years is by controlling your eating and controlling your intake.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you a hypocrite to have had a slip up.
Mm.
I know some of the most amazing drug and alcohol abuse counselors, therapists, coaches that have had a slip up. As long as you're honest and open, like, hey, when life gets on top of you, your trauma response doesn't exclude the way you consume food. You know,
Yeah.
your trauma response in everyday life might be cut people out, freeze, fawn, fight, flight, whatever bollocks you want to go with, you know, whatever your poison is. That's going to come down to your intake and your output of food as well.
Mm.
You know, if I see it a lot in my clients that are more giving than taking from people, right? Having anything, right, given to them, anything nourishing, anything that feels reciprocated, anything that feels honest, that feels true, that feels good, they don't know how to accept that, right? It doesn't feel like it should be theirs.
Yeah.
And they need that constant fight or flight at a very low level, some of them, in order to maintain a conscious level of awareness all day, every day. Because if they are completely happy, they feel like something bad's going to happen. If stuff starts going right, they feel like it's got to go wrong next, right? So they've always got to keep that constant little bit of fight or flight somewhere. And that's what I work through with them in their coaching and go, okay, no, we need to get that gone. That there is what you think is a safety blanket, but that is a box of nettles that you're waiting to fall in. And you might be doing the same thing, you know, 4 years ago when you did slip back into the shit, you know, into you give a little what you might have actually been doing is trying to control what was going on in here. You know, and having that, will I get caught? Well, that's going to give you a load of fucking adrenaline, isn't it? Will I get caught? You know, I know this is naughty. I know this is wrong. It's going to make me feel like a hypocrite, but it's also going to give me the control I need right now. So I'm going to have the adrenaline. I'm going to have the dopamine because I'm going to feel good after it. I'm also going to have a fuckload of cortisol because I know it's bad. So the cortisol is going to punish me and that will then keep me in this loop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, I think for a period I see it with my clients as well. Like, there's a lot like what you just said, but when people obviously use certain things, don't they, as coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
And it's all well and good not using them when things are easy.
Yeah.
But then
It's when it gets hard.
it's like you say, when things get hard.
Yeah.
And it's like I say, it's the same thing. You've given me like a different perspective to look at it from.
You're welcome.
So thank you. The way that I use it. But a lot of other coaches, when they're looking at, they can get good results, but a lot of the plans that I see, because I've had people come to me that have seen other people as well, a lot of the plans seem to work wholly around things going perfect. And that's very unrealistic.
Doesn't fucking happen.
It doesn't work, does it?
No.
Like, that's what it made me think of when you were saying it then. It's very unrealistic to think that if it only works when it's perfect, or
It doesn't work. It's not
it doesn't
sustainable.
work. If you can only get results with unsustainable means, then by definition it's not sustainable.
No, it's not.
And I think, like I say, you've given me a different aspect to look at it from, because I look at it more similar in terms of it's obviously a mindset thing, but more so in relation to, what do you reach for as a coping mechanism? You know, like if you stress out, do you go and stress eat, for example, because that goes against what I try and help people do in terms of getting into the shape that they want. Humans
are biologically challenged. We really are, because as much as we want to believe we are these evolved, special people, we are monkeys with fucking iPhones at the end of the day. We really are. And everything we do everything we do comes down to three things, okay? Reproduction, survival, and consumption.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Bottom line, that is what we're doing, right? So if your brain genuinely believes that getting the food out of you, right, is going to give you the chemical reaction needed to survive longer, it's going to do that until it is given a healthier way, a healthier alternative, okay, that it can see works. That's why things have to be. You can't have a placebo effect. It's got to work. Like, a lot of my clients, they go to me, What should I feel after 2-3 weeks? I'm like, I am not going to tell you what you should feel, right? Because I do an initial reset with every single client, right? And based on what they say, we will have a first session that is purely based around what they will need to deal with the chemical reaction that is going on within their body that I perceive to be the case from what we've said in their consultation, right? The whole point of coaching being a pathway is we can tweak it.
Yeah.
If it, yeah. But 9 out of 10 clients from their first session literally go, yeah, this has made a huge difference, I am way more regulated. I am way more stimulated day to day into my life. Like, I feel like I'm okay without being oversensitized, overstimulated. And I'm like, yes, because 90% of things are chemical, you fucking monkey. Like, all that's happening, we're in a society now where we've got iPhones, okay? Constant hustle and bustle.
No one's bored.
No, nobody's bored anymore. Everyone is just in a dystopian fucking nightmare, wondering why they feel so oversensitized. Well, that's because your brain, right, that has developed over and over again, it's developed trauma patterns through something called the genome, right? Over and over and over and over again. And that goes back to your great-great-grandmother. You're containing the same DNA as your great-great-grandmother. Your great-great-grandmother was not dealing with the Epstein crisis and the rise of social media, was she? So parts of your DNA were not built for this shit, right? Humans were not built for this shit. So we will go straight back to the fight or flight reflexes that have helped us when we were monkeys, right? That have helped us back years and years and years ago, because that is what is inbuilt in us. So you making yourself throw up, you emptying your vessel is actually an attempt to hijack the fight or flight mechanism. Because in fight or flight or survival in the human body, everything that is seen by your brain as a non-essential bodily function stops, and that includes digestion. So in order to stop that feeling of the gut sinking, okay, and feeling like shit, which comes when that stopping of digestion comes about through fight or flight, your brain has gone, just get it all out, right? Because if you get it all out, you're not going to get that gut feeling, right?
Yeah.
Get it all out, you're not going to feel the disappointment. If you get it all out, you're not going to feel this and this, because it will assume the feeling in your stomach is disappointment, when actually what it is your parasympathetic nervous system lowering, your sympathetic nervous system coming online, and that fight or flight going, hey, that's an unnecessary bodily function. We think we're being chased by a lion. Stop digesting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And for me anyway, it was very much, when I'd slip back into it, it was very much, I wasn't even intending to, but I'd eat something that was probably more than what, or different to what I would normally eat. And then I'd think, oh, in for a penny, in for a pound. If I'm going to sick that up, then I might as well send it and eat everything that I like the taste of, because it's all coming out anyway. So I think that's part of what I got into. But it goes so much deeper, I think, than scratching the back of your knuckles and becoming, desensitized in your throat. And what we were saying about before, it's long-lasting stuff that you don't even realize at the time. Like if I'd been told back then, like, you'll not be able to have kids naturally if you carry on sicking your food up to make weight to fight, or to have abs. Like, you can have abs in a different, you don't have to sick your food up to have abs. You can do that a different way. You can look better and fuel yourself, But I think that part of I don't know if you get it as well. It seems like you do. But when people turn around to you that you work with and they're like, pennies just dropped, thank you so much. Even though it's nice to get paid as well, that I think is a nicer feeling. That makes me feel nicer when someone turns around and goes, you changed my life, than anything else, really.
Yeah, it's like it's the perk of the job, isn't it?
It is
It's the perk of the job.
I think that's why I want to be as open with everything, because I think I've had people message me, so even if it just helps a person, they go, I didn't know that. Like, can you tell me a bit more about what happened to you, type of thing?
Yeah, spreading the awareness.
Yeah, because like you say, people don't really talk about it, and I never had any, other than my mum catching me and saying, "You're being a twat, stop it." I've never spoken to anyone in a similar position to what I've been in. So
let's spread some awareness now then. So you were told that you would unfortunately not be able to have children naturally as a result of the bulimia.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So, because I was doing it for years. Like, if I started at 14 and say that I did it, I was probably bulimic for like 10 years, maybe a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Off and on, probably more on than not. But I was bulimic for such a prolonged period of time, not eating fats to help with hormonal health, and I was still growing, not very much, and also getting knocks to the head through fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So as a result, I've been to see endocrinologists and all sorts, because they originally thought, he had a feel of my nuts, and he went, there's no lumps there, that's not it. He went, let's go and get your brain scanned, because he thought that there'd be a tumour on my pituitary gland, and that's why, because I went for blood tests. On the scale, when you get your bloods done to look at your testosterone, on the scale that I was given, it should have been, it should have been between 9 and 30, or 9 and 32. The first time I went, mine was 3. And then they shouted me back in and said, I think we've done this wrong, there's been a mistake, can you come back? Went back again and it was 2. And then they went, all right, that's not good. Went to see the endocrinologist. They had another lot of bloods done there, and he went, it's 1. So it was like, I said, what does that compare to? Is that like female, or is that like prepubescent? And he went, it's pretty bad. Like, it's nearly nothing.
Wow.
Which was why my willy stopped working.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my pituitary gland, because they thought there was a tumour in there. The tumour would have given me 5 years. My mum did all the Googling and stuff.
Oh, bloody bless her. I bet she was shitting herself, wasn't she?
Yeah, it's not
on
that.
The pituitary gland.
It was as a result of knackering myself in, being massively underweight, not having any health regulation with your hormones. I'd just done myself over.
Internal chaos for years for the sake of looking better for everyone else.
Yeah, I didn't even look better, because when I look back at pictures now, I'm like,
yeah, but you always
like
think
50
you do
kilos.
at the time. The thing is, at the time, you're constantly chasing that next image of yourself, aren't you? But at the same time, you do want to look a bit ill, because you want people to know there's something wrong with you. It's a horrible catch-22, isn't it? Everyone that's ever been through an eating disorder that I've spoken to, they go, I look so skinny there, but don't I look ill? And I say, did you know you looked ill at the time? And at first they'll go, no. They do. You do know you look ill, right? Because you know you're never looking enough for yourself, right?
That's true.
You are consciously aware that you don't look enough of what you want, right? And that things have started to look not as good, right? Your skin started to look not as good. Your hair started to look not as good, right? It does take a physical toll on you to the point where you do know you've started looking poorly.
Yeah.
And then when people start telling you you look poorly, in a weird way, it's quite nice, because you're like, okay, you've noticed something's wrong with me. Help then. Go on then. Do something. Help.
You just made me think, actually. I remember going into the sauna with 2 of my mates, and I'd normally always wear like baggy tops and stuff. And I remember going in with them and going, bloody hell, I lost some weight. And I remember thinking, you guys would never say anything like that. You know, like it was, they wouldn't comment. If you were looking a bit fat, they go, oh, fat's what? But like they wouldn't ever say, looking a bit thin there, pal.
Yeah.
And I remember that sticks out in my mind, that you've just made me think of then, saying that's kind of like, yeah. And I remember that being like a bit of a turning point.
Yeah, it's not malicious, but in any way, shape or form, when you hurt yourself, right, you are hoping that someone notices and stops you, right? That's why, you know, when people self-harm, even if you're self-harming in places you think no one can see, you are hoping that someone sees that someone knows that you're doing something, and that someone stops you and says, hey, look, stop hurting yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because no matter how old we get, we're all just little babies, right? We all just want someone to come and say, come on, come for a little cuddle. You're going to be okay. Nothing's wrong with you. The world is a cruel place and you're taking the brunt of it, right? And to make us feel all right again. And sometimes hurting ourselves emotionally, physically, is that way of us going, I am at capacity here now. I have no other option. I'm trying to control the chemicals. I'm trying to control the chaos. I'm trying to control the collateral that's going to come from this. And the only way I can think of doing that is by hurting myself. And then simultaneously, you're hoping that someone comes and goes, I can see you're doing that. Stop doing that. You are worth way more than hurting yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Who stopped you? Who was the first person that said to you, look, you don't need to do this. You're worth way more than that?
I feel like it will have been my mum. It will have been my mum when she caught me. She didn't say it like that. She said it in my mum's way. But
what's your mum's way?
Stop. I've done that before. She's like, I used to do that, so I know what you're doing. Don't lie to me. You know, just saying it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that you can't carry on doing. So that was like probably the first time. But I suppose the thing that that really got to it, and the thing that I've not gone back since, is when my willy just stopped working. I was like, oh, I've done something bad here.
How did you know it stopped working?
Well, I had no libido.
Okay. Okay. So I don't have a willy, you see.
No.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how to know.
I had no libido. I remember I didn't have a girlfriend at the time anyway, so it didn't really matter. But I remember being in the gym, training, and then be like no one else being in, just being me.
Yeah.
And then and just my head going. I remember ringing my mum, saying, "Mum, my head's not right. I just don't feel right." And I remember like tearing up and thinking, something's not. I just feel not me.
Yeah.
And I'm well open with my mum. Like same with everyone. I talk to my mum about everything.
As you should. I hope my boy's like that when he gets older.
Yeah, my mum's like my best mate. I speak to my mum about absolutely everything.
Big up, mum.
Big up, mum. Yeah, she's a legend. she'll watch this back and go, "It made me cry." That
I know.
Yeah.
This is your Mother's Day present and your Christmas present and your birthday present for the next 3 years.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Christine.
Oh, is she called Christine?
She is.
My nan was called Christine.
She's actually not. We found out recently they did a birth certificate wrong, so she's actually called Leslie. They put it the wrong way around.
Fuck off.
No. So technically she's called Leslie, but she's called Chris. But she's the best.
You know what's really funny?
Go on.
My nan's actually called Frances, but they called her Christine.
Backwards.
The people just use Christine as a blag name when they can't figure it out.
Must be.
So what you're saying is your mum isn't real.
My mum's pretend.
You have a mum.
I have a pretend mum.
You have a fable mum. Mythical mum.
Mythical mum. That's the one. I like that.
Right, go on. Sorry, bollocks weren't working.
Yeah. So I was like, "Mum, I don't feel right. My willy stopped working. I don't even wake up with..."
I was like, "Ayrton, it's 6:15 in the morning. I'm
Yeah.
trying to eat the Weetabix.
Yeah.
What the fuck?"
Yeah, so I think everyone knew that something wasn't right because of how much weight I'd lost and how gaunt I looked. So we said, right, we'll get to the doctors. That's when we did the blood tests. That's when we found out testosterone had left the conversation.
Testosterone had left the chat.
It had, well and truly. So then it was a case of trying to find a dose and a method that works for me.
Okay.
Before I did that, my endocrinologist was mint. It still is. I still go back and get bloods done like every 6 months to a year.
Just because you like him.
Just 'cause I like him. I say, "Can you feel my nuts as well?" I don't have to do that anymore.
Give us a tickle.
Yeah. I don't need to do that anymore. I go, "But yeah, please."
God, have a look.
Yeah. Good luck if he finds them. But he asked if I wanted kids, and I was like, "Yeah, I do, because I've always wanted kids."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Right, well, when I put you on this testosterone, anything that's left that does work will probably stop working or massively reduce working." So he's like, "If you want kids, I would very highly recommend you go and like freeze some sperm, so you've got that option in the future. Because if it stops working, then toast."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Right, perfect," but it doesn't work. So how am I supposed to?
Yeah, I can't have a wank because I can't get the bank open.
Yeah. Luckily, I found out that I can actually do something called exercise-induced orgasm, which is
waiting for this all day.
Have you ever watched that Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger? His old bodybuilding thing.
I haven't watched it. No.
Right.
Right.
So in that, and when I found out I could do it, I went back to that and thought, "Fucking hell, he does it as well." So he went.
I'm just like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Just like Arnold. Yeah. Like a little version.
A pocket
version.
Pocket Arnie.
So he was saying like, "Oh, when you train hard, it's like feels better than being with a woman."
Can you say it in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice?
I don't think I can. I can't do the voice.
Do it. Do it.
I'd have to listen to it and I think how did he word it?
I don't fucking know. I've not seen it.
When you lift the weights, you feel better than being
Look
with
me in the eye
being,
when you're doing it. Why are you
with a woman.
Jamaican?
I don't know. I can do a good Asian one, but
No.
get cancelled for that. So I can't do that one on here.
That was brilliant. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's continue.
Yeah, actor. So I watched that and I thought, bloody hell, I can do it as well. I found out that I remember doing dips one day, like heavy dips, and I thought, that feels different. I thought, let's take this to see where it concludes. So,
That feels different. Let's carry on and have a little kiss.
I thought that feels familiar.
That feels fantastic.
I thought that feels familiar. So I was like, I've not felt that for a while because it doesn't work. So I thought, I wonder if I just carry on, what will happen?
Oh.
And it happened. So I thought, well.
Right, where were you when this happened?
In the gym, but the gym was closed.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Dirty boy.
Yeah, it was my gym. The gym was closed.
Oh, so it was your own gym?
Yeah.
It's fine then.
And I was naked.
Wow.
I wasn't really. But no, but I thought, bloody hell, I didn't know I could do that. Superpower unlocked. And people didn't believe me.
Who the fuck were you telling?
I told everyone.
By the way, I was in the gym last night pumping some iron, I jizzed everywhere.
Yeah.
The woman at the bus
everywhere.
stop's like, yeah, thanks, love. The 82A.
Everywhere is a bit of a overstatement because, I mean, so when I went to give the sperm, I walked in and I said, right, she went, yeah, the telly's there, the porn's on this channel, make yourself.
Was it Pornhub?
No, it was loads of videos.
Was it like old-fashioned stuff?
Yeah, it was a bit.
So it's someone's probably dead nan on the screen with their twat out.
Yeah, but there were grandmas on it as well because the last person that had watched the grandma one.
No, that's my what?
Yeah, there was loads. There was, I mean, every category.
Really?
They stocked it up.
So it's versatile.
Very versatile.
That's great.
All sorts of stuff in there.
When you think about it, because you never know.
No, you don't. You don't. Well, if you didn't find something that was up your street, you probably got something very niche that's up your street type of thing.
Well, we shouldn't be.
Probably should be. There wasn't any bestiality like that. They gave that a miss.
They probably couldn't put that in there because it's illegal.
Unless they did, I just didn't scroll down far enough. Nah, they've been high up. B.
Yeah.
What now?
Did you check?
Did I?
So anyway, you're in there. You're having a little tiny wank.
Well, I wasn't because I said it's going to sound really weird. There's only one.
Can I please have a picture of my own mum?
I said, there's only one chair. There was one chair in the room, one purple chair. And I said, it's going to sound really weird, but it doesn't work. And the only way I can give you sample is by doing dips. So please can I have another chair so I can do dips in between the two chairs? And she went, okay. I went, I understand that's probably the weirdest request you ever had. And she said,
can you get me another chair so I could have a sufficient wank, please? Well,
she got me the chair, but then she said she'd had someone else in and he had a cold thing. So he asked for a bucket of ice water because if he puts his foot in icy water, he'll just bust a nut.
Wow.
So he says when he goes outside and there's a cold breeze.
You've got to be careful, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Making snowmen is a no-no.
Exactly, because he goes outside, gets a cold draft on him. And
what's he do if he goes in the pool on holiday? Heaven forbid.
Might have to do a pre foot dip in like some cold water.
Dip.
Just empty it before he goes in.
Back the toilet. Back the room. Sorry, love. Got to go back the room. Why?
Yeah.
Just fucking put me fight the pool, didn't I?
Yeah. You know when you go on holiday and you take 50 pairs of boxers because you think that you're going to shit yourself twice a day?
No one else does that apart from you.
All right, well, he takes loads of different pairs of swimming trunks. But anyway, she got me the chair. I balanced a little cup.
On your knob?
On my knob. Did some dips.
Balanced a little cup on my knob and off I went.
And there wasn't a big sample either.
Was it not?
No.
One singular sperm. Just dancing about the cup.
Well, yeah. Well, I said it was very concentrated. It was like...
Ayrton, there are certain things that as your mate, I never need to picture. One of those things is the concentration point of your fucking jizz.
She told me it was very concentrated. She said there's supposed to be like 80 million or something in the
playing
size.
with it.
I tasted it.
A few moments later.
So you've had the world's most difficult wank.
Yep.
Giving it to the lady.
I did.
She said, lovely that. What was next? Does it work now, by the way?
It does work now. I mean, there's not much to work with, but what's there works.
That's good. Tell the camera.
It works now. Tell you what, though. As a result, because now I'm obviously on the testosterone. Obviously. Which is why I'm not like a little bitch anymore. Even though my voice, as I did that, my voice broke. Perfect timing on that one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, because I'm on that, I went back since to give another sample, and I thought she was going to say very, very few, but you can still probably conceive. And she went, I'll ring you back. Like, it only takes a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
She rang me back that evening and went, there's nothing there. It's just empty. There's nothing.
So it's such a good job that you went and froze it then and made sure that you followed your gut with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something, not even necessarily that people that have done what I've done and butchered their own hormones have done, but people that are thinking that they're going to take steroids for whatever reason. Because I think it's so common now. People want everything yesterday, don't they?
Yeah.
So they rush into things that really you ought to not be rushing into unless you understand the repercussions of it. Because I work with people that want to change how they look, and I've also got a gym, and people come to me all the time and saying, "Oh, what do you think of this steroid? Like, they're selling it. Would it be worth getting it?" I'm like, well, you have to weigh things up.
Yeah.
Like, have you been training? How long have you been training?
What's the cost-benefit analysis of this?
Yeah. It's like, oh, but I want it yesterday. It's like, wow, it doesn't work like that. And the repercussions of doing that. So I've said to loads of people, I was like, do you want kids? And they've gone, yeah. I got, right, well, are you going to go and free some sperm if you're going to jump on something? Because it's very real possibility.
So you're passing on that exact same advice. So it's like a ricochet, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's TRT, which is what I'm on now, and I'll be on it forever. TRT is so common in the fitness influencer kind of realm. There's people that are 21, 22, even younger, either jumping on full-on gear or taking TRT. And it's like, what are you doing? You don't need it. Like,
the impacts are going to be. Whew.
I think what everybody should do, because obviously you get to a point where your natural testosterone does drop off. I think what everybody should do is, while they're young, get your bloods done, find out what your levels are at, and then in the future, when they do drop off and you start to feel that, like, because I understand what that feels like now, but like 25 years earlier.
You wouldn't have had a clue, yeah.
Which is why I wouldn't get my dog. I was going to get his nuts off, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I know what it's like. But I think if you get your bloods done and you know exactly where your levels are, then when you get older, if you do decide that you want to take something like TRT, then you know exactly what your levels were beforehand, so you can more accurately.
Yeah, I agree.
But people just, they're selling it, so I'll jab it.
Yeah, because people look at having a pension scheme, don't they, and all those things, but they don't think about like the legacy scheme that we should put in place, which is like, let's make sure if you've got eggs samples, cell samples, blood samples, let's get as many samples as we can frozen. Don't just keep your money in the bank.
Yeah.
Get your next generation sorted. Because, I mean, if you didn't use all your little swimmers, you could always give them away.
I've thought about this. I've got 11 goals.
Wow.
With the amount that I could give.
Yeah.
They split it up and divided it up. So I've got 11 goals.
That's phenomenal though, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's better than none. Yeah. Because there'd be nothing otherwise.
Oh, I'm really happy for you, man. 11's really good.
And I want a big family. I do want a big family. Because I'm one of 4, and I like having
the hustle and bustle.
Yeah, I like it.
It's good, isn't it? The noise. Everyone wakes up at a different time. Everyone wants a different fucking dinner. It's good though, isn't it?
And now we're all older. We're like all mates and stuff, and it's nice. And I like the idea of that. So I'm extremely glad I was given that bit of advice beforehand. Yeah. Because otherwise I would have just probably winged it.
Oh yeah, you'd have just been jizzing blanks for years, hoping that something stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But it means now I buy condoms or anything.
Wow, winner. Call you Martin Lewis, money saving expert.
That's the one.
You know what, darling? You can still give them the clap though, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I'm a bit fussy, me, so I don't sleep around.
Oh, let's go on to the crying in the DMs. This is the part of the show where I read out all of the messages that you crazy lot have sent into my direct inbox. Tell me about your weirdest, freakiest, scariest, strangest, and potentially sexiest things that have ever happened to you. Right. Without further ado, let's read your crying in the DMs. I'm going to start today. Let's start with a small one. That looks like a pretty small one. Do you want to read it?
Do you want me to? I've not read out aloud like this since school.
Interesting.
Should we see how good I am?
Yeah, let's go. I will rate you out of 10.
So me and my friend went on a night out together. I met my baby daddy. She was there too. A year and a half goes by. I've had the baby. He's not a great dad or partner. So we break up. 5 days later, said friend is in bed with him again. in bed
Shock.
with him. They're together.
Oh,
They have a baby. So cute. Anyway, they break up again because not a great dad. Spends minimal time with his now 2 children. They break up. He tried getting back with me. I was bored and horny. Oops.
oh my gosh.
Now he's with another girl, and my child came home last week saying there's a baby in her belly.
Oh no. He's got a breeding fetish.
But I'm the slag, according to him. He has the 2 kids every 10 days and pays £170 in maintenance. I asked if he could have our child an extra night tonight because I'm severely unwell with Crohn's flare-up, and he said no, he's got plans to go to the pub.
Wow. There's a lot to unpack there.
There was quite a lot to unpack there.
I'd like to see a picture of him.
Yeah,
I know there isn't one there.
there's not. There's some emojis.
That's not going to do it, really. I'd like to see a picture of this Casanova. He keeps going around, getting everyone pregnant.
Yeah.
Let's
like
hope he never goes to a sperm bank.
Don't need to. Don't need to, does he? His works.
He's
not been bulimic.
His really works. I would say his actually works too hard. He's doing the most. I mean, God bless him. He's paying child maintenance at least.
Bare minimum though, really.
It is the bare minimum.
Mm.
But I think the real villain here is the best friend.
Best friend is a
Strong term, isn't it?
yeah. It's
Strong term.
yeah. I'm not too sure she requires that label anymore.
No, sacked.
It's weird that she's still calling her a best friend.
It's probably because you've got a trauma bond with her. You can have a trauma bond with friends as well as with partners, can't you?
I think that's where people go wrong as well, isn't it? They think just
Yes.
because you've known someone a long time, means that you need to carry on being friends with them.
Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't.
You can know someone 5 minutes and have far more truth and honesty, connection than you know if you've had someone for 15 years.
Clearly, she's a bit of a twat.
She is. She's gone.
She is now.
She's dead. Killed her off. Right. Next crying in the DMs. I met someone last year after a breakup. She was from America. I'm in the UK. Okay, long distance, in my opinion, never really works.
No.
We'd video call at night for hours.
One of them ones.
She was stunning. She had long blonde hair and everything. Is this about you?
Could be.
Are you the girl?
I was like this.
Is it going to end with saying, and then I found out he was a man?
So when it wasn't working, I just tucked it.
That's horrible. You know, I see things really easily in my head. Like, I have such a pictorial fucking memory. When you said that, then I just saw you stood in front of me. Do you remember Omegle?
Yes, I do. I think some weirdos on Omegle.
Yeah,
It was a good laugh though, Omegle.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good laugh. A little bit grooming.
Lots of grooming.
Lots of bit grooming.
Lots of big.
Predominant grooming, right. I met someone last year online after a breakup. She was from America, I'm from UK. We video called all night for hours. She was stunning, had long blonde hair and was everything I could ask for. So I travelled to North Carolina to stay with her and her 18-year-old daughter for 3 months.
Not everything he asked for, otherwise she'd be in the same country.
You're a pedantic little fucker, aren't you? She picked me up from the airport in her Camaro sports car. Long blonde hair, stunning. Mention that twice now. I feel like there's a lot in that.
He's going to like this episode, I mean it.
He's going to love it. We drive back to her house about an hour from the airport, and she starts telling me about a germaphobe issue they have. I thought, nah, can't be that bad. Famous last words. We get to the front door where I'm instructed to strip naked at the door and put all of the contents of my suitcase in a fucking bag for quarantine. I'm ordered to shower. For the next couple of months, I would have to do this every single time I left the house, even if just for a couple of minutes, as my outside clothes couldn't enter the house.
But he's just been in the car with her, off the plane.
Yeah, they all got nude. I think this isn't just a him thing. This is like the whole family gets bolloco in the porch. I mean, different frubes for different dudes. Ooh, after the initial shock, I then find my mobile phone in a sandwich bag, as apparently that's how I now have to use my phone. Later on, I'm sitting on the sofa when a lady walks in that I hadn't met, who just sits down next to me trying to cuddle me. It turns out the lady is my lady, but the blonde hair was just a wig and in fact looks like something from Wrong Turn.
Maybe he just really likes blondes.
Maybe he does. Okay, fuck. The lady who I hadn't met sits next to me trying to cuddle me. It turns out that she is my lady, but the blonde hair was just a wig, and in fact, she looks like something from Wrong Turn. I then needed the loo, and I am instructed I have to shit in a bag as there's no hot water. I forgot to say the house was in the middle of the woods, deep into the forest. That would have been an important detail to include, yes. I was already planning my escape, but they wouldn't let me leave. Can someone please in the comments let me know if this is actually the plot of a fucking film and I've missed it? Because at this point, it's seeming an awful lot like Get Out, isn't it?
Seems like a weird car to have as well if you're going to live in the middle of a forest.
It does. Why would you have a sports car if you live in a forest? Right, anyway. I didn't know this. I don't know if this is an American thing, but we were on a highway and she just ran over a meth head. Wait, what the fuck is going on, man? Right. I was planning my escape, but they wouldn't let me leave. I don't know if this is an American thing, but we were on the highway and she just ran over a meth head who was walking in the fast lane, didn't even look back. I turned around and saw him rolling, but she didn't stop. I endured this type of craziness for a couple of months before I thought I've really had enough. I've got to get back to Skem. I've got to get back to Skem. It shouldn't have been that long, but this woman had stole my passport and I had to wait for a replacement one to be delivered before I could escape. I made my escape, walk into the highway, and on my journey soon realised there's no pavements in North Carolina and the local dogs aren't used to see someone walking with a suitcase, so I was nearly eaten 4 times. In brackets, no lie. So I feel like there was quite a few lies so far.
I wonder how long he stayed for after she ran over the method.
From the point of murdering the method.
And he went, yeah, let's just go and get like takeaway something.
Let's go to Walmart.
Yeah.
You've got meth head in your tyres.
And do you reckon that was going home or going away? Was that on the way to the shops or on the way back from the shops? Because that changes the day's dynamic.
He said that it was after he had to shit in the bag as there was no hot water, but before he almost got eaten by dogs 4 times, no lie. I finally made it to the bus stop after 4 hours walking and made the 2-hour journey to the airport.
There was lots to them, yeah.
I don't know if it was true.
I'm doubtful. If it was, that is odd.
Did you make it back to Skem? Are you sending this as a code message from North Carolina? Was it South Carolina?
It's some kind of Carolina.
Does anybody in the Carolinas
He's
know
in
of a woman that...
He's in Carroll.
Anyone know Carol and her blonde wig and a very smelly home?
Yeah.
You ever shat in a bag?
Yeah, I have. Shat in a lot of bushes as well, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I'm glad you're being completely honest. Can't wait to wear this.
I'm a long distance runner.
When you go for big long runs, just shit in the bushes?
I try not to, but I've been caught short.
What do you wipe your bum with?
I take wipes just in case as a precautionary.
So you know you're going to shit in a bush, then you dirty fuck, don't you? Because you take wipes.
I don't want to be left needing to shit. If you don't fail to prepare to fail. So, there you go. It's worse when you do it in a high-vis top.
Oh, fuck off then!
No cars come past and it lights you up. It's a little goblin squatting in the bush. Yeah, not fun.
A tiny, angry little goblin just having a poo in a bush, wiping his arse on a dot leaf.
With a baby wipe, I take them. Biodegradable ones, so I'm not scruff.
Dot leaves are biodegradable.
Yeah, I know, but they don't get the same kind of clean as a biodegradable flow and whatever it is wipe.
Flow and bread. Bread and flow. You got a packet of bread and flow in your pocket.
But sometimes I've let my hair down before because it looks like I'm a girl from behind, so it might just think I'm having a wee. Do you know what I mean?
That is stealth mode. Next.
Not just a pretty face.
Next. Okay, it's hard to write this.
Just outed myself tremendously on this podcast.
But do you feel good?
Yeah, I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
Honesty. I said that there's no limits.
You did say there was no limits.
I did. There you go.
Which is why I spiked your water. Okay, next one. It's so hard writing this because I do feel like an absolute mug for putting up with what I did. And whilst I can laugh about it now, It's kind of disturbing what I allowed in my life at that time. I met my soon-to-be ex-husband online dating during a turbulent time in my life. I was a prison officer. Oh dear. Currently on sick leave because I'd broken my leg in a freak accident. So I was largely housebound and in a wheelchair because I was in plaster from toe to groin. I was really lonely and didn't have much support. I have a lot of unresolved trauma issues from my childhood and teens, and I've also been diagnosed with PTSD from work with anxiety and depression. So I went online chatting to men in a desperate bid for connection and found him, in brackets, the gimp. He love-bombed the fucking shit out of me, and because he was a lorry driver, he had hours to talk day and night. Curse those bloody... It's always the Eddie Stobarters. It's always the Eddie Stobarters. He made me feel like I was a priority, something that I'd never felt. So I knew... Okay, we've skipped a bit. So I knew he was into the kink lifestyle. I love the way people send these stories and they go from like, you know what, it was going really bad too. And then he stuck a 12-inch dildo right up my arsehole in the Costa Coffee. And there's no in between. Right.
I wonder how long she had the cast on before the meet, because I bet that's going to have a bit of a... It's going to niff that in it.
It's going to stink a bit.
Give it a niff, you're going to go...
Give it a niff.
Yeah, you're going to go, that's ripe.
Niff on that. Bit mouldy, that toe.
I bet it is, you know.
Love to put my hand in your cast.
He might do. We're about to find out.
That might be the kink. So I knew he was into the kink lifestyle, which when he explained he liked to dominate in the bedroom, it didn't sound like a red flag. Plus, there was a fair bit of distance between us, so it was basically all over the phone at first. Oh, have you ever done that where you've had like phone sex, you've been giving it a proper mad one, or texting, like, yeah, I'm absolutely going to smash you already, and then you get there and you're like, oh, hello.
I've not, but I've heard my granddad have phone sex with his ex-girlfriend.
That is not where I thought this was going to go.
No. He had it in the pub on full volume.
He had it on speaker.
Well, you could...
I'm going to fuck your fucking fanny off, you twat.
I'm gonna spit on your cunt.
Oh, Grandad, what?
I know he's dead now, but he won't be doing any of that anymore. But he did it in front of a full pub, children around.
Oh, Grandad. What did she say back?
Sounded like she was down for it because he left after that.
Oh. So he just rang her, whacked her on speaker. I'm going to spit on your cunt. And she went, oh, for Christ's sake, the gammon's almost done. Will you just come home?
There's so much more to that relationship.
Tea time.
They used to live on a barge. They used to live on a boat together because they got banned from renting out houses because his girlfriend had sex with her daughter's boyfriend. They got into a fight. The mum stabbed her dog. The daughter took the knife out the dog and stabbed the mum 5 times in the back.
She dead too?
No, she missed everything important.
Oh, Christ.
And then they went living on a boat after that because no one would rent the house. She ended up shagging her own brother on my granddad's boat in a drug-fueled haze.
I feel like we need her on the podcast.
Yeah, she'd be in it. She'd be a handful. I could probably arrange it though if you want.
I'll let you know.
She might not. Honestly, I probably could arrange that, but I don't know if she'd go into detail about shagging a brother.
There's a lot of details I would like her to go into.
There's probably lots more as well.
So it probably isn't that unusual for Grandad just to bell her up and go, gonna spit on your cunt. She's like, yeah, come back to the boat.
Yeah.
See you on the boat.
Yeah.
By the way, my brother's here. And I've killed the dog.
Hang on, brother's about to finish. You can go next.
Yeah. Oh, vile. Should we carry on?
Let's.
Anyway, he turned out to be homeless and ended up moving in with me. He didn't have much stuff, but there was a case that was kept locked, and he said it had his outfit in it that he liked to wear at kink events. I had zero idea what this meant at the time, but that's what he told me, and he said he had a rubber fetish. So I asked him to put it on so I could see because I'm a nosy cow. After the best part of an hour, he calls me into the room and he stood there in a rubber gimp suit, all 5'4" of him, with a rubber balaclava thing on too. I bust out laughing and shouted, "Release the gimp, Pulp Fiction fans will know." Anyway, I embarrassed him and he asked me to polish him up. Oh no. Anyway, I'd embarrassed him, but he still asked me to polish him up and make him shiny. But this was giving me the ick, and I couldn't be serious and get into his fetish because I didn't really see the appeal of the gimp suit. Fair enough. You know, we don't want to. We're not kink shaming, but you like what you like, and you don't what you don't. You know what I mean? So fast forward a couple of years, the marriage is over because he's arrested for domestic violence and removed from the house because he threatened to post spicy pictures of me online. Fucking hell. Anyway, this is where I found all the saved chat logs between him and his mate. They'd been friends for years, and his friend had a long-term girlfriend. Reading through, he'd been having a dom-sub relationship with his mate for years and was even threatening to tell his girlfriend if he didn't carry on. In brackets, he's a piece of shit. There were other chat logs of trans people, older women. He had a wide target audience. I just can't believe I was mugged off by this absolute melt. Yeah, what your ex-fella's done is illegal, by the way. You should go to the police about this dude. Because that is illegal. And if he's been bloody blackmailing people with pictures of him and all sorts of madness, whoo-hee!
Did it say how long ago it was? Or should she not specify that?
She's not specified how long ago it was, but I mean, a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is illegal.
You know when you think, like, there's so many...
Weirdos.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything that you could do that's weirder than someone else's thing, is there?
No, I always say this to my clients. Nothing you say will ever shock me because humans are fucking inhumanely weird.
Yeah, you think
We're ridiculous.
anything you can think of,
Someone's
probably
done
been
it.
done.
Someone's done it.
Yeah, makes you feel a lot better about yourself, doesn't it? When
It does really, yeah. Think, oh, should I shit in this bush outside, let my hair down, make people think I'm a girl? Well, someone's probably done worse.
Got wolf whistled on the same bridle path that I did that on as well. They thought I was a good... Tell you what, that was a dodgy one. That makes you think. That made me think.
Go on.
I was walking home.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was actually taking the dogs for a walk, and I had a jumper on, and I'm partial to some shorts, so I had my shorts on. My bum was probably looking quite nice. I was walking along the painting the picture for you.
Thanks so
Hair
much.
was down. I logged that there was a guy on the bridle path as well behind me, and I noticed that he'd started walking the same way as me, and I thought, you know, you get a feeling. But it's a bit creepy, that. Anyway, he got to a bit where it was quite on its own, this bit of the bridle path, like there was nothing around, and he wolf whistled me. And I turned around, and he saw that I had a beard. I had a longer beard at the time as well. He saw I had a beard, and he just went, put his head down and did a runner. But it was a full 180. He hadn't even finished whistling when I turned around. Head down, 180, gone. And I thought,
that's what women deal with, you know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And that was like, I said to my mum, I was like, Mum, I'm not too sure I like you walking up and down there on your own anymore. I'd never, I mean, what's the success rate, do you think, of a cat call anyway?
Oh, I used to work when I was like 15, 16.
Did it?
Yeah. If anyone ever out of a call set out
Get
of
here,
a van,
wolf, and you go,
come here, yeah, but
All right.
That's it.
well,
Back
there
in the
you
van.
go. You're the problem. You're the reason they do it. Because
No.
it works.
It worked when I was like 15, 16, and then got to about 17, 18. You had to at least have a blacked out fucking BMW to get me in the back of that then. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I never realised until that point that it's as dodgy as...
It's dodgy. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I remember I used to run home. I used to work at the Chippy when I was younger. I used to run home every night from the Chippy because I used to want to avoid all the pubs that were shutting because I'd work there till about 10. So it was right next to like a co-op and then across from a pub, and you know it was a pretty brightly lit area.
Yeah.
But then when I would run back to my house, it would be like dark down, and I used to literally leg it. And we used to call it Shit Alley, part of it. I used to run down Shit Alley like my life depended on it because one time there were these two little crackheads just obviously shooting up. One time. So then after that, I was like, every time running for my life because you just never know.
You never know. I used to do the same thing, but running upstairs because I was scared of the dark.
That is completely different.
Turn the big light off. Go on.
That is completely different. But anyway, right, let's do one final cry. Let's do one final crying in the DM. It's been fantastic to have you
Thank you very much.
on today.
Been really fun. Really enjoyed it.
I'm glad. Okay, this is a long one. Grab a drink. I not got one.
You ran out. You've got your other one from before.
I'll get my pineapple juice.
Is it pineapple?
Yeah.
Is
Got
it?
some.
I'm all right, thanks. You mixed it with that ginger stuff, didn't you?
It's disgusting.
Is it
fucking
horrible?
tastes like shit.
Your straw will have gone soggy in it as well now. 'Cause it was
Your straw's already soggy, mate. Don't worry about my soggy straw. Worry about yours. Okay, this is a long one. Grab a drink. Don't mind if I do. Sponsored by Karma Drinks. Ginger ale.
Where did we go before? What's this one? Joe Summit or other? Just inhale it.
Well, mind your business. It's fine anyway. It was lovely. I had a great time with that there. Brought back some horrible memories. Right. In my early 20s, let's say, I was very carefree. Honestly, I don't remember a lot of that time because I was blackout drunk. Can relate. Hard relate, Queen. Hard relate. I lived with my housemates and we were always out clubbing, parties, random nights out that turned into mornings. You know how it is when everyone's friends just merge into one big chaotic friendship group. Wow. I believe I was there. One Thursday, we were all out at our local because it was 2-for-1 drinks. Absolute bargain, obviously. I don't remember much of that night, but I remember waking up the next day feeling extremely unwell. And that part is most important. My housemates are all chatting away about what a great night we had, and they keep mentioning their mate, let's call him Barry, for this story, saying he dropped us home. Now, I want to add, I had absolutely no idea how we got home. At that stage in my life, the bouncer literally had a key to our house. We could put me to bed if needed. This is such a hard relate. I can't even get over how much of a hard relate this is.
How many times must you have gone out before you say, oh, just here's a key? Just
Well, usually you have a key before you go out. Oh, Sara. Anyway, during this conversation, I feel really anxious and weirdly sick to the point where I actually take a pregnancy test. It was negative, obviously, but still. A few weeks later, same thing. Oh, yeah, Barry dropped us home. And I'm like, okay, but who the hell is Barry? And why do I keep feeling like this afterwards? At the time, I just assumed it was whatever cheap mix the pub was using making me ill. Eventually, I actually met Barry. Barry, ginger, pale skin, weird green lizard eyes, walks stiffly like his arms forgot to swing, just uncomfortable vibes. But we chat. He's apparently a band manager. He seems all right. Weeks turn into months and he's just around. I'm single at this point because my heart had been broken, so I was happily living a chaotic single life. Barry had seen plenty of different guys wander in and out of my house after wild nights out, and he just laughed with me about it. He was basically one of the girls. We never trust a broski that gets too close to hoskies. Then we throw this massive Halloween party. Huge.
sounds big.
Barry's bringing me some drinks all night. I remember nothing. Apparently we slept together. My drunk self had slept with a friend. Cool. Love that for me. We've all been there, chicken. We've all been there. That was the best of us. We talked about it the next day, blamed the alcohol and moved on. One of our housemates, we'll call him Callum for this story, actually become pretty good friends with Barry. But then Barry starts trying to have these conversations about how he can't stop thinking about how good it was and how I should give him the chance to be my boyfriend. I told him I needed space because it was all feeling a bit suffocated, but wanted to keep things friendly. Around this time, I'd met another guy and actually liked him. We started casually seeing each other. One morning, I walk him to the front door because he's a bricklayer and has to be up early. I kiss him goodbye and head back inside. And who's at my kitchen table? Barry. Barry got in through the window. Barry's actually a pigeon. I say, morning, flip the kettle on, go to the bathroom. When I come back, he's made me a cup of tea. Didn't think much of it at the time. They head off soon after. About 20 minutes later, I start feeling really strange. I go back to bed and I sleep, and I mean sleep. Not long after that, things got weird. I'm working evenings at the time as a dairy manager and finishing around 10 p.m. most nights. One night, I walk out of work and Barry is outside with flowers on the bonnet of his car, wearing a speaker shirt, blasting Little Lion Man. My co-workers had to take me home because they were genuinely concerned about him. Then the letters start arriving. Oh dear. The first one is handwritten with tear stains all over it. Don't know if they were tears, babes. Jizz and tears look very similar on plan. I promise you, when it comes to paper. Be careful. Scan it. Blue light it. The second one is typed with a start and an end date on it like a tombstone. Months later at a house party, a mutual friend casually mentions that Barry had a reputation for spiking girls' drinks. His thing was making them believe they were both drunk, but somehow he was always the one but somehow the girl was always the one who started it. And suddenly everything clicked. All those nights feeling weird, all the gaps. I thought about going to the police, but realistically, how do you prove something like that years later? Not long after that, he disappeared. No one heard from him again. until one day I saw him walking down a residential street while I was driving. I drove past him, but then turned the car around, mounting the curb. I tapped him with my car.
Aggressively,
yeah. To this day, when I go, I love how she put, I tapped him with my car.
That other guy did he? He ran over a crackhead.
Yeah. Everybody's hitting crackheads. And you crashed on our way in today.
I did. Only mildly. It was a bump.
You tapped it with your car.
I tapped it with my car.
To this day, when I go back to my hometown to catch up with the girls, I bring Barry's letters with me, and we all have a laugh about the madness of our early 20s. Oh, and I stopped drinking, by the way. Growth.
That is growth.
That is crazy.
Yeah, Barry seems like a not right.
Have you ever had someone stalk you?
Ooh. I had, not necessarily like stalk, but I had some very relentless messages and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's stalking.
Yeah, I had that. She was weird. My phone's up. I could show you them. I saved her in my phone as a weirdo.
Why? What was going on?
I think I matched her on Tinder or something.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and I didn't even give her my number. I'm pretty sure that she found my number through my business, then messaged me, and then wouldn't stop. I was like, no, it's a bit too full on for me, but thank you. You're very nice, but not for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, just because I've been messaging you.
That's exactly why.
And it was like, do you want to meet? I was like, no, I've just said like,
busy.
Yeah, you're not my cup of tea, but thank you very much for the offer.
Yeah.
And it was like another 6 or 7 messages after that. So I had that. I didn't feel threatened by that one.
No, that's just a weirdo weirding.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other ones. So like, there was a girl that I was seeing a while ago, and she liked to drink, and she'd be quite keen for it when she's drunk. But I'm
keen for what?
Like intercourse.
Oh, keen for the old dodging.
Yeah. But because I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't do it like that with people when they're drunk.
Well, there's nothing sexy about it either. When you're sober and someone comes at you, dribbling and slurring the words and stinking of alcohol, that it's so off-putting. I don't know about you, but I'm literally like, I will recoil.
So I was saying no, thank you. She didn't really want to take no for an answer.
No, thank you is a full sentence.
Well, no is. Thank you is just nice, isn't it, to add on? Anyway, she was keen on like trying it on, and I could hear this knocking. I thought, what the fuck's that knocking? I thought it's going to be a good get out of jail free card, this, because it's knocking and what have you.
Yeah.
And I looked up. I've got a skylight on my roof. My sister and her best mate had climbed out the balcony. Along the roof, there's like a 4-story drop on the other side. They were both pissed, and they were videoing me through the window with the flash on, knocking on it, waving, nearly recording me being attempted sexual assault. So that happened.
Did you ever say to her, hey, that was actually sexual assault, that?
No.
So
she slept with someone else.
Good. Before you even had to call it off.
Yeah.
Good. She was obviously just gagging for it then. It's a lot of insecurity, that. It's a lot of insecurity. You know, if you're getting drunk and the one thing you want to do is go and have sex with someone, it's because sex, you mistake it for intimacy when really it's intensity, isn't it?
She told me as well that she had a threesome at her office, and that put me off a bit.
Nothing wrong with a threesome at the office. Nothing.
Nothing wrong, no. There's not, but I wasn't involved in it, so I wasn't overly...
What while she was seeing you?
It overlapped.
Oh my God. She was a randy little dandy, wasn't she?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other funny ones. There's been times when like my willy wasn't working and it's shown me up.
Have you ever had to, come on?
There was one occasion where I got a little bit catfished.
Oh, a little bit catfished.
A little bit catfished.
A little bit leave it.
And...
wasn't one of those like Blood That Girl's 13 things, was it?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No. No, I got a little bit catfished, and she was very, very keen for it. And it's when my willy was just switching back on when I got on the testosterone. And she came. I didn't expect to sleep with her or anything. And she came to my house. I thought we were just going to meet up and go for a walk and see if we liked each other. She had other ideas. She turned up and I wasn't massively attracted to her.
Okay.
But she was very, very keen. And I thought, it's been probably like 3 or 4 years since I've slept with anyone because my willy's not been working. I thought, let's just try. Even though I'm not massively keen on it, I'll just see what happens because it's been so long. I thought,
Let's just trial and error this female because my willy hasn't worked.
I can understand how that sounds bad right now.
Oh, it does.
But she was well aware of that.
All right, so you made her aware, like, I'm not fully interested in you, but my cock hasn't worked for 4 years, so I'd like to put it in you.
Didn't have to get to that.
Right.
So she took her clothes off. My willy went,
Oh, dear.
yeah.
Oh,
So I was like,
God.
this never happens. Oh, no. And I was kind of like, my body won't even let me. My body won't even let me do it. So I thought, I was going to go get a drink. A bit flustered. Let me go and get a drink. It's been a while.
You should have been honest with her and just said, sorry, I've got a bit of a cock problem. It's not you. It literally is me, genetically.
But it was also a little bit her. Because it was also working. So anyway, I went to get
So a little bit her.
So I went to get a water. And then I'm thinking, like, not ideal, but at the same time, I should probably try and get back out there. So I got my phone up and I went on Pornhub and I'm like, just work. Just some.
You're smacking him about work,
I was windmilling.
work.
I was windmilling it, trying to get some blood into it and stuff. And I went back in and I was like, I'm really sorry. It's not working. It's me. She went, I went, I don't know what happened. And she went, I do. I took my clothes off. And I went,
Oh, baby girl.
I went, no. And honestly, she was really nice. It's just, for whatever reason, I mean, I thought she was pretty as well, but I don't know what it was. I think it was probably my insecurities on having nothing worked because she wasn't ugly. I did get a little bit catfished. She wasn't ugly though. She was dead nice, but just not for me.
You should have told her that before she got a twat out.
Yeah, she didn't really give me choice. I turned around, it was off.
Oh, it all drops off her, did it? She was a sim, was she?
It seemed like it. Well, like I said, she was.
Woohoo!
Another time before that, that's when my willy completely stopped working. That's it.
I think someone stopped your willy working on purpose.
I think it's a good job because I've never had sex with anyone that I didn't want to have sex with.
Because it just won't work.
No.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
That's how sex should be.
It should
by
be,
the way.
Yeah. I agree. And I'm glad it didn't work.
If you had one message for any of the lads watching today that are considering taking all these drugs to help them get big and massive in the gym, or are potentially already taking them and have discovered that they now have a little, little issue, little problem.
Little ghoulies.
Yeah, little ghoulies. If you've got little ghoulie syndrome, what would the advice be?
I think that if you're early stages, then absolutely, or if you've not done it yet and you want kids, even if you don't think you want kids right now, it's better to have the option and not need it. It is a little bit expensive, but if you're going to be spending loads of money on gear anyway, then free some sperm. Don't be left. Don't do yourself over like that. If you are wanting to take it and you've not taken anything, like, properly understand the pros and cons of taking any kind of gear and the repercussions, because nothing's free. Like, there are repercussions for everything.
Absolutely.
So make sure that you're okay with them, but just don't take it lightly. There's ways to go about it without taking gear. And if you want to down the line, then fair enough.
Get in touch with you.
Get in touch with me.
Get in touch with Ayrton.
If you want to lose a bit of timber and put a bit of muscle on, and you don't think I'm too much of a twat from watching this.
They won't. Well, I think it's been fantastic to have you on here today, mate.
I've enjoyed it. It's been mint.
It's been mint.
It has.
It's fantastic to have a complete stranger on the sofas that we've never met before to discuss his bollocks.
Literally.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. But yeah, you've been really, really inspirational, honestly. It's always lovely to hear a really authentic story come forward. And the way that you put it across, it's in a way that people can understand it, they can appreciate it. And shit like this is needed. We need to talk about it.
Well, thank you very much for having me on.
Well, you're very welcome. And yeah, I will see you. We'll see you again. There we go. I'm such a good host.
That was impressive that you didn't carry on laughing. I didn't carry on laughing at that.
No. Very impressive person.